Dragons are an integral part in any fantasy game. From D&D to MTG, dragons are some of the most ferocious and powerful creatures throughout the entire multiverse. From Magic in particular, the pinnacle of this race are the Elder Dragons. We know a lot about Elder Dragons, but what do we know about their mates or consorts? Yes, it's gonna be one of those videos, guys. Let's learn about one of the most famous dragon consorts in Magic the Gathering, who's finally getting her own card in Modern Horizons 2, Piru the Volatile. So let's learn about the Elder Dragons and the controversial debate that suggests that Piru isn't even considered an Elder Dragon. Remember to support the channel by leaving it a like, subscribing, and ticking that notification bell. When discussing Elder Dragons in Magic the Gathering, you're going to get a lot of debate and bickering from those in the Vorthos or lore community. Mainly, it's because the Elder Dragons are some of the oldest bits of lore in MTG, dating all the way back to some of the earliest events in the known history of the multiverse, as well as some of the first main stories in the game itself. As such, the idea of Elder Dragons has gone through some drastic changes, retcons, and there's been a lot of ambiguity. So basically, Elder Dragons are a bit of a hot debate. In simplest terms, the Elder Dragons were a progenitor race, the first dragons in all of MTG, born of the Dragon, hatched and spawning across the numerous planes of existence. At the center of this multiverse, Dominaria, some of the earliest and strongest Elder Dragons were born, but there weren't just a few of these Elder Dragons. It's said that the skies were filled with dragons at this point, but if you know anything about dragons, you'll know that sharing isn't really one of their strongest traits, and as resources were limited and egos started to grow, a war for power brought the reign of the Elder Dragons to a climatic end. From the Elder Dragon War, a few notable survivors stood out, 5 in total, the strongest of the strong, the final beings of this ancient race, the rulers of Dominaria. These 5 were Arcades Sabbath, Chromium, Palladium Moors, Vivictus Asmati, and none other than the god dragon himself, Nicobolus. These were known as the last survivors of the Elder Dragon Civil War. However, you'll quickly note that Ugin wasn't included despite being the twin of Nicobolus. This is because he became a planeswalker before the dragons fought and was spared this outcome. But yeah, this is where we see a lot of Elder Dragon mythos sort of start to crack. You'll also note I haven't yet mentioned anything about today's topic, Piru. Don't worry, she's coming. Despite all of this, these final 5 Elder Dragons were not done in the lore quite yet, though when they made their storied return, it would be for the final time for at least a lot of these characters. We get the revisionist history in a series of Armada Comics in late 1998, with titles spanning from Dakkon Blackblade through the Ice Age. But by the start of the Ice Age, most of the Elder Dragons would be dead. These comics chronicalized their final moments. For today's topic, we have to focus on the oddly metallic-looking Chromium, who isn't actually an artifact despite looking really metallic. We first see Chromium appear in these series of comics as a summoned monster to the evil Gaedroni Dihada. This character is locked in an epic duel with another powerful figure in MTG who also shares the spotlight, not only in Modern Horizons 2, but on the actual art of Piru the Volatile, Dakkon Blackblade. Dakkon is tied to Piru almost as much as Chromium is, because it is in this duel that Dakkon actually kills Piru. Dakkon is on a mission to kill Gaedrone, but first must fight these powerful Elder Dragons. And just in case you're wondering, this is old school Magic lore. So mages fought much like us players did by summoning monsters bound to them who did their bidding. Summoning Elder Dragons, of course, was a much more powerful spell, but being a planeswalker which used to have godlike powers, Gaedrone was able to summon and bind both Chromium and his mate, Piru, to her will. Throughout the comics, we don't learn much about Piru outside the idea that she was Chromium's mate. We don't really get much of her backstory or the history of their relationship, and honestly, Piru was only created to be a powerful yet inconsequential kill for Dakkon Blackblade. In the lore, to kill an Elder Dragon would take power of staggering levels. Dakkon piercing Piru with the Blackblade, causing the Elder Dragon to erupt into a fountain of mana, did two things here. It showed just how powerful the Blackblade and Dakkon were, being a real threat to Grey Adrone, while also allowing the evil Planeswalker to drink from the exploded Piru's mana, also increasing their strength. It was a way to power boost both of these characters' development, but it was also a death sentence for Piru. Chromium, of course, wouldn't sit idly by and watch his lover, his mate, his consort just die, but before Piru was killed, Chromium was bounced by Dakkon. First, Dakkon tried to mind control Chromium to make this a fair fight, but the Elder Dragon resisted, so Dakkon cast Disperse on him to send him back to his controller's hand. With Chromium out of the way, Piru is dealt with pretty easily, despite being heralded as an Elder Dragon herself. Just a quick little stab with the Blackblade, and Piru is done for. But wait, you say Cybin. I thought you said there were only 5 Elder Dragons, 6 if you stretch it to include Ugin. Wouldn't Piru be the 7th? She's even classified as an Elder Dragon in her new card, right? So, was the old lore wrong? Yes and no. See, I told you this topic, it's a little contested and there is debate around it. Within these older comic series, they state Piru is the coming of a 6th Elder Dragon, as if 5 was all we ever known about at the time, and that Piru would shock the world as being the 6th. However, this bolstering is a little overplayed, as Piru is given no real airtime, dies instantly, and doesn't even get a card until, well, 23 years later, till today. It doesn't sound very Elder Dragon-y to me. Some people out there in the lore community, and I sort of count myself among them in this camp, well, we believe that the Elder Dragon title should be reserved for just the progenitors, the originators of the dragon races, of which we know Piru is not included. Piru is not mentioned anywhere in the Elder Dragon saga, the war, or anything else. She just pops up as Chromium's consort and is killed. This has led many to believe that Piru and others are in fact lesser Elder Dragons, those of the 2nd generation of this race. Not nearly as powerful as their progenitors, but still having the traits of the Elder Dragon race itself. It's softly believed that Piru is a lesser Elder Dragon, but this idea has since met a similar fate as Piru. Dead, gone, forgotten. But maybe, just maybe, with her reappearance in Modern Horizons 2, this debate will pick up once again and we can learn more about these lesser Elder Dragons. And just to wrap up this video, guys, why is Piru included in Modern Horizons 2 at all? If you haven't noticed, these supplemental sets love to pay homage to older characters and lore, specifically giving named characters their first cards ever. Piru gets a similar treatment here. Especially here in this set, because this has a very heavy focus on the story of Dakkon Blackblade, in which Piru played a role in. Now, it might have been a minor role, but it was a role nonetheless. So to me, her include in Modern Horizons 2 is a great and very logical addition, even if a lot of people in the player base don't even know about her story until this set. Anyway guys, that's the story of Modern Horizon 2's Piru the Volatile, the molten mate of Chromium. Let me know how you plan to use her card in a deck in the comment section below. Show your support for the channel by leaving this video a like, subscribing, and of course ticking that notification bell so you always know when a new video goes up. As always guys, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, see ya!